I'm not always good at that. I'll have to be honest with you. I do like to snack after my main meal in the evening, and I'm not saying it's a good thing. I would rather not. And one day I hope to get to that place where I don't need to do that anymore. So I'm taking the opportunity to do that this morning, and it's like a little mini fast. I've had water this morning. I drank a couple of large glasses of water, and I'm going to eat probably getting close to lunchtime. I'll start eating again. So this is not anything major. It's just again giving your digestive system a rest, and periodically it's good to do that. It's healthy. So there's a beautiful little oasis in the city to be able to walk through this ravine. It's a nice break from the traffic and construction and all the other activity that's going on just outside of this ravine. So I just came across some wild raspberries on Kingston Road, which is a busy street, and I don't know, I've probably walked by that raspberry bush numerous times. It's growing on the outside of somebody's property between the path and their property line, and it makes me, I don't know, I wish there was more edible food growing in the city. It would be great, wouldn't it? I mean, if parks, like in our parks, we tend to plant these large oak trees, and they get so large and their branches get so heavy that whenever there's a strong wind or a major storm, these branches fall down. In fact, last winter around Christmas time, pretty much a good part of the city was shut down because of the branches from these trees falling on hydro lines and knocking out power. And there were people that were, I mean, the worst case scenarios where people were 3 weeks without power before the hydro services were able to get out and get them back up and running again. And like in this ravine here, of course, you want the tall trees to shade, but in the parks and on the streets, I don't think we need a predominance of large trees. What we should have are more fruit trees, like cherry trees, pear trees, plum trees, peach trees. I mean, I just think of a park where dispersed throughout the park are all these different fruit trees that will produce fruit throughout each tree. Like, for example, would be first the cherry trees, and then I guess the next would be the pear trees. Anyhow, each one of these fruit trees that grow in the climate that I live in Ontario, southern Ontario, has their season for producing fruit. So throughout the whole warm season, people would be able to just help themselves to these trees to eat fruit. Now, sure, if they're not sprayed and if they're not cultivated properly, they tend to get infested with worms and with insects. But even then, you can still find enough there that you could probably have a nice snack. Not to mention it would attract a variety of birds as well. But that doesn't seem to be the mindset of the city. Not even, even residents don't grow trees on their lots of land, fruit trees. I mean, I know one case of a family that does have a cherry tree on their front lawn, and they do allow neighbors to help themselves, and that's great. But that's a rare thing. But yeah, if everybody in the city utilized what land they had to grow I got to change my hand here. I'm getting tired holding this mini iMac with, now my hand is in the way. Hold on, let me just get reorganized here. Okay, that's a little bit better. I mean, for me, it's a vision to see an urban environment incorporated in where edible fruits and vegetables are incorporated into the city, so that during the warm season there is an abundance of food for everybody. But it just doesn't seem to be. It doesn't even register with city council or with most people who live in the city. They're quite content to just buy their food from the big supermarkets, and that's it. So, I mean, the city is a great place to live if you're a frugivore, fruitarian, because, you know, we do get a good variety of tropical fruits that are imported here, and which you're not going to get in smaller towns, because quite simply the demand is not there. But with our ethnic diversity in the city, there are demands for more unusual fruits. So that's a bonus if you're eating a predominantly fruit and vegetable diet. So I'm just going to continue my walk. My arm is getting tired now holding it in my iMac, so I think I'm going to shut her off. Have a great day today, and eat your fruits and vegetables. Rejoice. Life is wonderful. Give thanks. It's all good. And take care. Was I even...